Greetings and welcome once again to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the psychological problems of mainstream academics in this video and give you some examples of why they're so mentally ill. It's just, these things are basically so unbelievable that had you not been told or had you not seen with your own eyes, you wouldn't believe these things. So let's start without further ado. Now, um, let's look at a couple of comments here just for the heck of it. So this idiot here writes here, why do you focus so much on this? Some nincompoop who probably doesn't even know how to clean his ass properly. Some guy called Arrow. Now, you see, the thing is, when you see somebody like this comment on your channel, you know he's a troll. There's no contact information. He's too scared to comment under his real name because he knows he's a crank and a troll. And YouTube shouldn't allow people like this to comment, okay? But I answered him. He says, advanced, he says, this is high school mathematics. The funny part here, people, is that no mainstream professor knows about it unless they've heard it from me. Okay, so whether it really is high school mathematics or university mathematics, your mainstream math or calculus professors didn't know about it until they heard about it from me. So the guy's obviously a crank and a troll. And here's another one, and then we'll go on to something uh, more interesting. Where's the other one here? Let's do this. Try to find the other one. So, yeah, this idiot here, I mean, another troll, music QFD, a little poopo from nowhere says, I'm not sure, but your theorem is just restatement of commonly known properties. Commonly known properties, whatever that means. So, Uh, first of all, the funny thing is it starts with them rejecting everything I say. Then, when these nincompoops are confronted by people refuting their arguments, it gradually moves towards the other side. You know, it gradually. I think I might know who this coward is. He might be one of those idiots from that math site that I was booted off. Yeah, anyway, whoever, I mean, just totally irrelevant what they have to say. But it's interesting, the psychology behind these cranks and trolls is that they will simply, try to provoke and to continue provoking in order to get a response. But I've already banned these guys now. So whatever else they post is just going to go into the trash can. But that's not going to stop them. They're going to create another account and try again. Now, one of the biggest trolls on my channel was that ex-Harvard alumnus, Professor Jack Hazinger. I call him Jackie because he was a pretty chubby fellow at the time. I think he ate a lot of hot dogs or something, but whatever. Now, I guess that's a nasty comment, but he deserves it. And this man single-handedly caused a lot of problems for me because he was an admin, or still is an admin on Quora, and somebody asked the question, what do we think of John Gabriel's new calculus, which claims it is the only rigorous formulation of calculus? So he posted a comment here and on Quora, which he later deleted and retracted, by the way, and he wouldn't apologize for it. He sent me an email. We exchanged several emails. Yes, believe it or not, this idiot and I exchanged several emails. He wouldn't apologize openly. And of course, that's what he needed to do because he called the central difference of the new calc. He called this the central difference. It's not a central difference. It's the definition of the derivative. And you know what mainstream academics have never realized, which I revealed to them, is that there is a relationship between x and these horizontal distances. A very important relationship, which I've talked a little bit about. And I've revealed some things about it. But let me tell you a little secret. I haven't revealed over 99% of what you can do with the auxiliary equation. And do you know why? Because of all the libeling and because of all the negativity and the false claims, etc. Now, mainstream academics are absolutely corrupt morons, ignorant imbeciles, and every other bad adjective you can think of. So they don't even know what the fundamental theorem of calculus is. And the way they state the MVT is just unremarkable. It's just total drivel. So I posted this comment here. It's actually amazing that it's still here. And this was the response I got. Dear John, Wikipedia should be a source of widely accepted knowledge. In other words, what they approve of, the baboons on this site, the admins. And limits and infinitesimals are totally accepted in mathematics. So just because they bent over and they got a huge cactus up their asses, does that mean I must do the same thing? No, I won't do the same thing. Neither limits or infinitesimals are valid mathematics. Limits are not required in calculus at all. Limits are part of convergent. Let's call it part of series and sequences, but it's not part of calculus. Okay. And he says that's why your new formulation of calculus is very misleading for someone who's not professional. Who's a professional mathematician? These fucking morons who've got a PhD in non-mathematics, set theory, topology, and real analysis think they are professional mathematicians. And then from their point of view, it just looks wrong and informal. Well, of course, because they don't know any mathematics. So in a sense, he's right, you know. And of course, then another idiot gets in here and says blah blah blah. So totally, there's nothing refuting what I say. They just don't understand mathematics. And so this here, which you can get in my free ebook, to which I'll place a link on my academia site, is very important, by the way. And the new calculus derivative, before you rubbish it, careful, you'll make a fool of yourself, is based on the mean value theorem. And for years, these baboons were arguing against it. I didn't tell them that. When I did, they couldn't believe it. And of course, then naturally, you know, here's the progression. First, they start off by, well, you're not a professional mathematician. You don't know what you're talking about. So it's an argument by authority. In other words, you're cancelled. Goodbye. You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't done a course in real analysis or set theory or some other anti mathematical bullshit. Number two, oh, it was already known. It was already already known. No, it wasn't known because it wasn't published in any work before I revealed it. Three, but, and here we have a typical strawman argument, but strawman argument. So this is the sequence that you'll get with mainstream math academics. They are totally corrupt, totally invalid, by the way, totally off the path. And if you're asking for advanced mathematics, they don't know any, by the way. Mainstream math academics don't know advanced mathematics. Another excuse is, oh, but this is high school or first and second year college level. It doesn't matter what you think it is. You didn't understand it and you first came to know it from John Gabriel. But that can't be right. How does John Gabriel know these things and we don't know them? Well, because John Gabriel is smarter than you in very plain language, and in language that you can understand. You're fucking morons. That's why you didn't know about it. You're incompetent. You're arrogant. You're stupid, and you can't be fixed. It's simple. Okay. So those are the reasons you need to watch out for mainstream mythmaticians. Okay, be very careful of them. I'll give you a link to my article and also a link to this Remembering Jackie Hazinger. I mean, the guy is such an asshole deluxe, you know. And by the way, this same moron, Jack Hazinger, didn't know that the derivative of sine x is not always cos x. Well, he thinks that it isn't always cos x. He also fancies that the sine function or maybe he's learned now, but he fancies that the sine function can take degrees as input, which is outright false. Okay, the sine function take all the trigonometric functions take only radians as input. All these morons were on sci.math arguing with me, calling me names, libeling me, Anders Kasonk, Hazinger, Gilbert Strang, David Ulrich, David Joyce, and who was this guy here? Mark somebody. Oh, it must be this idiot, Marcus Cliver. I don't remember anyway. But the first four are those people I told you. Please read these strands here because they're history. And what I'm telling you right now is for historical record. If you're not already a subscriber to my channel, subscribe to my fantastic YouTube channel. Click on the join button on one of my videos and you can have access to members only. And then, of course, there is the new Calculus Discord where you can learn more mathematics than you've learned in all your university years. And by the way, there's a PhD who's actually said that on this channel. He said he's learned more mathematics from me than from anybody else and in all his years of education. You can too. Right, that's pretty much it. I'm John Gabriel. Till next time, goodbye.